Guitar Hero 3, Wii Music, and a Tomb Raider revamp? What's up with all of that? Find out on today's Oh My God, This Week Was For The Win. Welcome back for another edition of Oh My God, This Week Was For The Win. I'm your host, Luke Brown. You might remember me from Hadco Games, All Sorts of Sports, and dropping your sister off way after curfew last night.
Woohoo!
We've got a lot to get to today, so let's just get right to it. Guitar Hero 3 is the first game to make $1 billion in sales. I'm going to let that sink in for a second.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right. It was announced at Activision's CES 09 keynote that Guitar Hero 3 was the first game to ever surpass $1 billion in sales. Like Chuck Yeager before it, Guitar Hero 3 faced a lot of insurmountable odds. A recession, a crowded games market, the fact no other game had ever done it before. Yet somehow, a game just over a year old was able to surpass all of that and become the first game to ever total over $1 billion in sales. I actually don't know who I'm more disappointed in, consumers for continuing to buy this stale franchise, or myself for finally realizing that Bobby Kotick might be some sort of genius. Either way, I'm sure he's inside his mountain lair, twirling his mustache. Nintendo announced this week that they'll be teaming with the National Association of Music Educators to bring Wii Music into schools in an effort to give children better appreciation of music. Nintendo and the educators are hoping that hands-on experience with Wii Music will help children find their own creative voice. Joe Lamond, president of NAM, the National Association of Music Merchants, not to be confused with NAMLA, the North American Man-Boy Love Association, or NAMLA, the North American Marlon Brando lookalikes, has gone on record saying, "The joy of playing music is something that should be experienced by everyone, regardless of talent level or experience." Which I guess is a good thing because Wii Music requires zero talent and absolutely no experience to play. I'm glad educators have finally realized just how lost their skills are on teaching this youngest generation anything remotely useful. By the time these kids figure out what's happened to them, Nintendo will have taken over the world and we'll all be assimilated.
Yay, assimilate.
Dibs on the dog costume. In other news, Eidos is looking to shake things up for their Lara Croft Tomb Raider franchise as well as the titular heroine.
Awesome.
Children. Despite the latest game in the series, Tomb Raider Underworld, already selling over 1 million copies, Eidos is not happy with the way the series is progressing. Citing the recent Batman and James Bond reimaginings, the company is looking to take Tomb Raider in a new direction, female-friendly.
What?
Like me.
Boobs sell.
Will it still have boobs?
Boobs.
Laura's endowments have always helped draw male audiences in, the same way a low-cut shirt on a cougar helps draw a young 20-something home.
Awesome. Really?
Despite that, the character has always stood as a shining example of a strong and independent female lead.
Boobs. Boobs.
With boobs. It's good to see that at least Eidos is concerned with the real issue plaguing the game, the sexiness of their character, versus all the ones made up by the reviewers, such as bad camera, poor gameplay, and less than stellar controls.
Not important.
Yeah, pretty much no. In other news, it's been reported that Angelina Jolie will be replaced by Ellen DeGeneres in the next Tomb Raider film.
Leave Ellen alone.
She's quirky.
Yeah, I like her.
She dances.
American Express. That wraps up yet another hard-hitting edition of Oh My God, This Week Was For The Win.
No.
Be sure to stay tuned for more news you can shake your fist at when we return.
Oh my God.
Oh, and let your sister know I'll call her later.
Dude, not cool.
What about me?
I'll leave a message.